Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Vinyl Countdown. I'm Peaches, and this is episode 17. How's everybody doing today? Yes, it's Monday. It's back at the grindstone, so to speak. Well, I'm telling you, it might be Monday now, but this weekend was a mind-blowing adventure out into the wild. Yeah, that's right. Mr. and Mrs. Peaches from the Vinyl Countdown went out a record-breaking 4 hours out into the wild. 4 hours from the house. We took off. We had to go back and visit some people back home. So we went out about 4 hours into the wild, hunting down solid gold vinyl, and we made about, it was, I think, 6 stops along the way. And so I'm going to share some of those recent finds with you today. And it's pretty exciting for me. Okay? I'm digging it big time. And along with that recent finds, we got a little bit of show and tell. Actually, show and tell from this weekend and show and tell from other episodes. All right? So without further ado, let's get started on the Vinyl Countdown episode 17. Wow. Do you guys know how close I am to 100 subs right now? I mean, I can feel it. It's itching. You know what I'm saying? I can feel an itch here. Definitely. Let me grab a sip here. Have not had enough coffee yet, that's for sure. All right, let's start out episode 17 with a little show and tell. I had a few people out in the vinyl community start asking me about my hats. The hats that I wear on the Vinyl Countdown shows, yes. And so I thought I'd grab a couple here and show you guys a little bit about what I have for hats, because you see me wearing them once in a while, I guess. All right, here's the first one. This is what they call a train engineer's hat. This is actual equipment that I ordered from the place, the actual place where all the train engineers get their work uniforms. Yeah, so this is a real official, made in the USA train engineer's hat. My grandpa, when I was growing up, when I was a little kid, all the way back from when I can remember until when my grandpa passed, he wore one of these engineer hats every day. And then sometimes he had the matching bib overalls that went with this. Yeah, well, we grew up out in the country, so we were kind of farm folk in a way, I guess you could say. But yeah, that was a daily staple for my grandpa, and a while back I said, I'm going to go get my own because I had no idea where his went. So yeah, that's one of them right there. And then you can see the one that I'm, well here, let's look at this one. This is what they call a Mad Hatter voodoo style hat. And this is from a company, you guys can look it up online, all right? The company's name is headandhomehats.com. It's like H-E-A-D-N home hats, all right? And they are a company out in Southern California that makes 100% handmade, handcrafted hats from scratch. This company is unbelievable, and the quality in these hats is amazing. And there are stores spread out all over the United States that carry these hats, but they're very few and far between. These are not a cheap hat. These are on the higher end of things. So if you go on the website and you look for these hats from Head and Home Hats, when you see the price, yeah, hold on to your hat. Oh my God, what a knee slapper. Hold on to your hat. All right, back to business. Anyway, so yeah, this is the Voodoo Mad Hatter. Very thick leather, very beautiful. It's in black and brown, and a lot of these hats have different things. And these people are very well known for their steampunk hats. So if anybody out there is into the steampunk scene, this is where you want to get your hats from. They have an amazing assortment. So check them out. Check them out at headandhomehats.com. I got this particular one in Wisconsin Dells, in Wisconsin there, at an outfitting place right on the main drag where all the tourists go. Yeah, and they had a really great assortment. Here, and I'll flip these around for you. How does that sound? Now here is an example of the same exact hat, same exact style, with a heck of a lot different artwork on it. This is still the Voodoo Mad Hatter style, But what you can see, this has a this is 100% handcrafted, okay, from scratch. But this has a musical theme on it. Now, if you look at the front, you can probably see a guitar pick right there. Okay. And then you can see, as you go around the outside, you can see like the headstock of a guitar. And then these are like what wave formats look like when you're doing your software on your computer. And those are all hand airbrushed on there by an airbrush tattoo artist. And you can look that up online as well. And then you go around and you can see keyboards and speakers and all kinds of stuff that has a musical theme to it. And then obviously when you get right up back around to the front here, you can see there's a section there that holds a guitar pick. And you can take that guitar pick out and put anyone in there. You can put a named one in there. You know, as long as it's got a similar shape to it, you can reinstall your own guitar pick in there, which I think is really neat. And then if you go along the edge of this wrap here, those are real guitar strings that have been set in there on both sides. Yeah, and like I said, if you see the price tag, hold on to your hat. Definitely. But, you know, I've been a hat lover all my life. I don't wear a lot of hats, but the thing of it is when I found this company and what they are making, I couldn't say no to them. I couldn't say no to this place. Now, this one particular one was purchased at a hat store in Las Vegas, Nevada, right down on the strip. And but it still came from the same place, which is Head and Home Hats out in Southern California. So check them out online. Like I said, they got a ton of different kinds of hats. Don't be shy. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Well, I hope that answers some of the questions out there about my hats and if I have a hat collection and how big it is and all that. I mean, I got a lot of other hats, but, you know, I didn't really want to wear my Vikings stuff because I can see how that's going on television right now. Looks like they might hit it. You never know. Yeah, the Super Bowl. All right. Here's some more show and tell from this weekend. All right. Now I'm going to start out with our finds from this weekend, but still, this is a little bit of show and tell. Have you ever seen one of these before? It's an Ozzy Osbourne comic book from 1993. Are you catching that? Yeah, an Ozzy Osbourne comic book. Then here's the back cover. Oh, come and join the Ozzy Osbourne Appreciation Club. They don't call it a fan club. And I think it's kind of accented towards that English accent. Yeah, the Ozzy Osbourne Appreciation Club. You can sign up and send in an envelope and they'll give you flyers. This comic book is from 1993. So this is shortly probably... this could have been like right at the end of his No More Tears farewell tour. You know what I'm saying? Because I think No More Tears was supposed to be his farewell. At least the original thinking of it was. And then you go into the inside cover and there's all kinds of stuff they're going to tell you about Ozzy. Right? And then you start into, here's the Ozzy Osbourne action comic book with like concert scenes and demons and guitars. And they're like saying stuff in there and it's telling the story about what's going on with Ozzy. Yeah. And then if you look through here, I saw when I just skimmed through this yesterday when we got home. Because like I said, we were out 3.5 hours, 4 hours into the wild looking for solid gold vinyl. Here's the same picture that's on the front of the Ozzy Osbourne Randy Rhoads tribute album that I showed you guys in the O's. Yeah, same exact picture of him holding them up in the air. I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, you go through here and just this whole big story about Ozzy, and there's definitely pictures of all kinds of people. And then there's order forms. You can go in and check some more stuff out. Order some more stuff through the mail. Then here's a big giant article this dude wrote in this comic book about Ozzy. And that is the picture from the No More Tears album, I believe. So yeah, 1993. And then here's some more. Wonderful. What an awesome little magazine. I never even knew these existed. Never even knew. And it's from some company here. Let me get a look at it. Rocket Comics. But then there was some other name on here too. Yeah, that's sponsored by Epic. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, here we go. Malibu Comics. Malibu Comics. I don't know if you guys know anything about these or want to send me the rest of them. Go ahead. Yeah, Malibu Comics, the Ozzy Osbourne comic book, 1993. Just awesome. I can't even explain it. Because we were out looking for those, you know, those Hit Parader magazines. We stumbled upon that, but we didn't stumble upon any Hit Parader magazines. Which brings up another thing. We're going to get started. We're starting on the recent finds here. I have a special announcement to make. There is no more metal out there. Okay? Like I said, we went out 4 hours this weekend, and I'm not just passing up stuff I already have. Like, oh, there's a Twisted Sister. I already have that. You know, or there's a this. I already have that. There was several stops out into the wild, and nothing. There was no metal out there. It's dried up as a bone from what I could see, and we made a lot of stops. So you guys might want to take a little bit better look out there and see what's going on. Definitely. Well, here's the first one that Mrs. Peaches picked out. Mrs. Peaches loves her oldies, and she found this really awesome party rock compilation. And if we would have had this last weekend, we would have made the 5-part on the contest for the oral retentive, but we didn't have this. But this, I'm telling you, she found this, and it was like nobody ever played it. And it has 52 hits from back in the 60s. Yeah, Mrs. Peaches loves her 60s and 50s stuff. Definitely. But a lot of bebop and good stuff on there. And we are definitely going to check it out. All right. You know, we were walking through the Antiques Mall. And I'm telling you, the recent finds from this weekend, it's hard to explain. But I'm walking through the Antiques Mall, and I could hear her calling my name. I've passed her up a million times, but yeah, oh, Sherry was calling my name for some reason. I have seen this out in the wild 82.365 million times, but I don't know. I just heard Sherry calling my name this last weekend. Had a really good price on it, couldn't pass it up. But Steve Perry, yeah, this is when he left Journey and went out and did his own thing. And that's the album you want to get. Yeah, that hit Oh Sherry on there is awesome. And what a singer. What a singer this guy is. We had some great finds out there. Some of them are mind-blowing to me. Here's another one. The soundtrack to 9.5 Weeks. Yeah, if you're from the 80s, you know what 9.5 Weeks is. Quite the sultry little movie. Yeah, I think what was it, Kim Basinger or something like that? Yeah. But there's a pretty cool lineup on this. You guys might want to check it out if you're into collecting those soundtracks. I kind of like soundtracks for some reason. But they are hit and miss. We can all admit that. Definitely. 9.5 Weeks. That's definitely some 80s goulash right there. Woo! Here's another one. Okay, I did find a little bit of metal. Helix, the good album, the one with their hit on it. What was it? Rock You? I think it was called. In the video, they had these big sledgehammers with chains and stuff. And this is kind of a new arrival for Peaches here, because I never really got into Helix, but I wanted to start picking them up. Why? Because of people like you guys on the vinyl community sharing their interest in different groups. So yeah, early 80s, mid 80s, Helix. Good album. Definitely. All right. Here's another one. This one is awesome. Definitely. You guys are really familiar with the 80s. You're going to be really familiar with this. James Brown, the single Livin' in America from the Rocky movie. Man, this is a total gold find for me. I'm definitely telling you right now. Living in America, it's got the album version, it's got another mixed version, like a radio edit, and then it's got like the deluxe dance club version of Living in America. Look at that guy's outfit. Yeah, those are mom pants. Definitely mom pants going on there. That's above the belly button. Wow, James Brown, Living in America. This is an 80s episode, you guys. I'm serious. All right. Here's one. I decided I'm going to do a blind buy this weekend. I've only done one other blind buy before because it scares the heck out of me. I don't want to waste my money on stuff that I'm never going to be interested in. But for my second blind buy I've ever done, I got dang lucky. And if you guys know anything about this group, I just put it on last night and we were completely happy with it. Snafu, All Funked Up. Yeah, from the 70s. There's some kind of rhythm and blues band from the 70s. And we put this on and we were in seventh heaven. We're dancing around the house last night. Snafu. Look at that. I couldn't pass that cover up. I'm like, there's got to be something good under that sandwich. Definitely. Snafu, All Funked Up. Check them out. Check out this album. Yeah, get on your phone and look for it. It's really neat. If you love rhythm and blues, you'll love that. Definitely. All right. You remember in my last episode when I did the contest for the Oral Retentive and I was telling you my story about Prince? Look at this. Wendy and Lisa from, yeah, Prince and the Revolution. Do you remember in the movie Purple Rain where they're like, oh, I don't know why you can't play our music. We have good music too, but you're all such a butthead and all that. And they were telling Prince what a butthead he was in the movie for not playing any of their music. And they're the ones that, in the movie that actually came up with Purple Rain as far as the storyline goes. The song Purple Rain. Okay. But these guys actually did. After Purple Rain was made, they started going out and making their own music. Wendy and Lisa from Prince and the Revolution. This thing is Minty Minterton. I can't believe this. This is going to go so awesome with my Prince collection. I got Prince. I got Morris Day in the Time. And I got the Apollonia 6 in the movie where they did that song Sex Shooter. I have all those records. Plus now I got Wendy and Lisa out on their own. Bam! I'm loving this. Hello, Denmark. Check this out. Yeah, my vinyl corner. Ha ha! Woo! All right, check out this next one. You know, when I showed you guys the S's, I said the Striper album was the only one I had in white vinyl. And I hope you guys don't turn off the video right now, because I'm a metalhead. I'm an 80s metalhead for sure. But I could not pass this up because I'm in love with this girl. Katy Perry. Don't be a hater, all right? This has got that awesome song California Girls, which is totally a reference in my mind from the one that David Lee Roth did back in the 80s. Yeah, California Girls, Katy Perry. Teenage Dream. I know you guys might be hating me right now, but I love this record, Katy Perry. And it was double on white vinyl. A double album, yes. Here you go. Custom labels, Katy Perry. I got an awesome deal at Half Price Books on this. One of the stops before we actually left town. Whew. Same on the other side. Oh, that song California Girls just drives me nuts. Then it's got, I don't know if it's got that fireworks song on it, I think, maybe, and all that. Yeah, here's the other one. Put them in MoFis right away. On double album on white vinyl. Wow. I love Katy Perry. I think Billy Hurst likes Katy Perry too. I think he does. Definitely. I wrote them guys a text or a message on Facebook. I showed him the front cover of this Katy Perry album. I'm like, dude, I OD'd on the candy canes tonight and the cotton candy. And then I put my G-string on and I ran around the living room for the rest of the night. Oh, yeah. Gotta love me a little bit of Katy Perry. And my wife's kind of like, she's okay. But I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. And now for the final, this is almost a grail for me. This weekend, I was flipping through records at an antique store down in La Crosse, Wisconsin. And I am telling you, when I hit this one, it felt like the mother lode was released on top of me. I'm telling you, I have been looking for this record for a year. I found the single, but I never found the album, and I have been scouring the entire state of Wisconsin for this album. Yes. Definitely. This is so awesome. Dead or Alive, Youthquake. I don't know if you guys see this out in the wild, but this is the only time I have ever seen this record from Dead or Alive out in the wild. It's in pretty dang nice shape too. Why do I love this album? It's got that infamous 80s tune on it that everybody seems to love called You Spin Me Right Round Like a Record Baby. Yeah, if you don't know the song or don't remember it, look it up. But this is almost a grail for me from the 80s. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, round, round, right round. They went right along with Depeche Mode, The Cure, 9 Inch Nails. They were, all the alternative guys are into that. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. So almost a grail for me. I was jumping up and down and she's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm like, I got it, finally. All right, let's start out the S's from the metal collection. The 80s metal collection, S's, everyone. Let's hit it. Definitely. First one up, Tesla. Gotta love Tesla. Tesla is part of those 80s hair bands. They were just part of the group. And Tesla is the second concert that I ever saw. Like I told you guys earlier, my first real big official concert, I should say, that I ever saw was Poison and Warrant on the Cherry Pie Tour, okay? And then I saw Tesla and Firehouse together, and wow, you want to talk about hair band heaven? Yes. It was a great concert. I like Firehouse better than I like Tesla, but yeah, everybody really likes Tesla. They started doing a lot of good stuff right at about that time. And I was still in high school. Oh, look, second copy. Little spare copy there. But this one, I like this one even better than that first one. This one's got better music on it, so to speak, in general. But this Tesla album is the one I like, because it's got the power ballad on it. This one's very, very, very hard to find out in the wild. This is like, you know, this is like those Skid Row albums, those Warrant albums, Poison albums. Super hard to find originals out in the wild. Definitely. And I got another one. It's duplicates on the Vinyl Countdown. Yeah. Got 2 of these BBs. Awesome Tesla album. You got to get this one. This is part of the necessities of that 80s hairband collection. Definitely. Oh, it's a Tesla Love Song. That's the one I'm thinking of. The power ballad. Yeah. You guys know me. I'm a sucker for power ballads. All right. Here's a re-release that we just picked up a little while ago. Just started listening to a little bit because I wasn't really familiar with this album, because I kind of cut it off after that last one for Tesla. But yeah, we found this one at the record store. It's good. I think this came out after, it might have been after 5-Man Acoustical Jam. I don't have 5-Man Acoustical Jam. I've never seen it out in the wild. That's another one, super hard to find. But one that everybody wants, Tesla 5-Man Acoustical Jam. Yeah, that was when all the hair bands started going with acoustic guitars and going really overboard with the ballady stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I think all you guys know what I'm talking about. It was that really late 80s where they kind of didn't know what to do anymore. They were running out of ideas, and then MTV Unplugged, you know, was getting kind of as a thought there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think you guys understand where I'm coming from. All right. That's all I got for Tesla. But that 5-Man Acoustical Jam, you can just, you know, send it to me. That's fine. I'll be happy with that. Here's another one from the 80s. You remember this group? TNT. Straight mid-80s to late 80s. You know, straight up hairband metal. That's about all I can say for these guys. They fit into the group. They're right there with you. Any of those side bands, you know, like Kick-Axe and Helix and Keel and all them. You know what I'm saying? They're right in the group there. I kind of like this one. Tell No Tales. Look at those outfits. That's kind of like that Miami Vice thing they're starting out there. Yeah. Suit coats and the rest is crazy. Definitely. All right, here's the big one, ladies and gentlemen. The one, these, along with Quiet Riot, these guys were the pilgrims of metal in the early 80s. They defined MTV. They were hand in hand. They were in the parade with Quiet Riot. And that group is Twisted Sister. You guys all know this one. The music videos on MTV were enough to blow your mind. Dee Snider, yeah, enough to blow your mind. This is one of the ugliest men on the planet. This guy is huge and wild and loud and obnoxious and crazy. But yet again, on the other side of the fence, he's very smart. He's a very smart guy, and he's a very brave guy. And he is the one, Dee Snider, is the one that went up against all these crazy church-going ladies in the early 80s about lyrics and depictions, and these ladies all started this group about how they were going to shut down, you know, shut down metal for good because it was influencing all the children of the United States. And Dee Snider was the guy. This guy, this crazy-looking guy right here, is the one that went right into court, into the hearings, and said, "You're full of it. You're full of it. But you know what? We'll come up with a compromise. What we'll do is we'll take and we'll put a little sticker." This one doesn't have one yet because it didn't exist yet, I don't think. But it was a little sticker that said, warning, you know, explicit lyrics, la la la, parental warning. So when these kids went into the record store, mom and dad would know if they were picking out something that was clean cut or if something that was dirty. But little did these moms know that when they put that sticker on the front, that advisory sticker, here, I can show you one. There's one right here on none other than the Katy Perry album. Right down in the corner. Right there. Parental advisory. Contains explicit lyrics. All right? So Dee Snider went in there and they made the compromise. But little did these old ladies know that it was going to quadruple the sales of albums that had that sticker on it. It had the exact opposite reaction that they thought it would. From this really smart guy, Dee Snider. And if you guys know who Dee Snider is, I believe you can go on the radio, and he still has a syndicated radio show called, I think it's called House of Hair. And you can listen to him radio host this House of Hair show on the radio. Still to this day, I think we get it where we live. It's like Friday or Saturday night or something like that. And they go through a whole night of playing hair metal from the 80s. Yeah, Under the Blade. if I show you this one right here, here's two different versions of Under the Blade in different colors. One is an import copy, and the other one is a USA copy, I believe. But just a hair different. Just a hair different. Got some different colors on there. You know, the backs still pretty much look the same, except for just a little bit on the, you know, the lettering looks different. Very similar, though. Yeah, well, one's the USA, one's an import, and I don't remember which one was the import. This one might be the import because it's got some labeling down there. But definitely, Twisted Sister. They were the Pilgrims. They were right there at the beginning, and they defined it all for us. Right next to Quiet Riot. Here seems to be another one that people have a hard time finding out in the wild, which I have duplicates of. Twisted Sister, Come Out and Play. I've heard people say that this one is... This Twisted Sister stuff is drying up. I remember a year ago, I could walk into any antique mall and find a Twisted Sister album. Not now. I'm telling you guys, the bubble is getting bigger and bigger and bigger for 80s hair metal. And then, if you got the real one, there's two different versions of this. There's one that just looked like this, and then there was one that had a pop-up on it of Dee Snider. You can see that. It's a pop-up of him right on the album. Really cool. And then, yeah, there was another version that just looked like this, but it didn't have the pop-up. It was just plain. But I guess this one is pretty hard to come by. The one with the pop-up of Dee Snider. And I have two of these with the pop-up. One's sitting up against the wall. There's the back cover. These guys had such wild covers. Man. Yeah, Twisted Sister, what can you say? They were just animals. Animals of the early 80s. Very influential, and they wrote the book. And here's one thing I saw on a documentary. Dee Snider got really upset about hair metal in the 80s, and he made some kind of a comment to the effect that, why are these guys smiling when they're playing metal now? He didn't like that idea of bands getting happy about their music. No, they were supposed to look gritty and evil and bad and yell and scream and fight for your rights and all this stuff, and they were up there with their teeth showing, and he did not like that. But anyways, yeah, infamous band, Twisted Sister, ladies and gentlemen. All right, well, that concludes the tease from the metal section and a little show and tell and our recent finds today on the Vinyl Countdown. I'm so close to 100 subscribers. Please tell your buddies to check out my channel. I would really appreciate it. I'm so close to 100. Don't forget to like and subscribe and give me some comments below. I love talking to you guys. And I'd like to give a shout out before the end of the video here to a guy called Dude1973. Dude1973. This guy, I just met him a little while ago. He doesn't seem to have a lot for vinyl, but he does have a super awesome amount of enthusiasm all the same. And he's got a lot of CDs and stuff, and he's a super friendly guy, and he's taken a couple of my suggestions for music already and stuff, and he's a truly good listener, and he's a truly good showman when it comes to making videos on YouTube. So please check him out. Please do. The guy he's a really good guy. And the one other thing about him is that he had a video a short while ago about his upbringing and how he became the metalhead that he is now today. And that story really touched home with me because of the way things used to be. When we were kids, we used to listen to heavy metal and metal music, and it wasn't that accepted. You had to kind of hide it from certain people, like maybe your parents or your grandparents or adults in the community, because you would have got it taken away from you or something and all that. And that story really hit home with me, and I appreciate it because I remember back in those times of it being like that. And the one thing I can say right now is that I'm super happy. Why? Because we proved them all wrong, man. Yes, dude, 1973, we proved them all wrong. We all turned out awesome. We turned out to be good people, and we never grew any horns, and we never turned red, and we never breathed any fire, okay? So yes, we turned out awesome, and that's the one thing I can take from all of that. All of those memories. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching the Vinyl Countdown, and stay tuned to our next episode, and please subscribe. See ya.